After weeks of complex calculations and computations, I had finally discovered the formula to create a time machine. After my discovery, I went out to my garage and got to work. I was going to travel to the future and interview my future self and finish my final story project. Hey, I've been waiting for you. Come on in. Thanks for doing this interview with me. Yeah, anytime. Alright, so let's start with the educational background. So you started at Valencia College and you got your AA degree in General Studies. Then you went on to UCF and you got a bachelor's degree in journalism. And you got a master's degree, but I don't remember where you got it from. How could you forget that? Well, once you found out how much it was going to cost to get the master's degree, you kind of developed an absinthe problem. Oh, okay. Well, how much did my education cost altogether? It ended up being around $70,000. You kept your side job as a mechanic, and you got a few scholarships as well, so that helped. And then your family helped you a little as well, so you didn't have to go into too much debt. So how did I stay on track with my educational goals? Well, the main thing you did was you used academic blueprints to help you remember which classes to take, and it helped you graduate a lot quicker. So I'm guessing I went into a career in journalism? Well, it definitely wasn't in acting, that's for sure. But you started out as a journalist, but then eventually you moved on to do other things. You started working at NPR when you first graduated, and that was good for a little while, but then you decided that you didn't want to work for other people, you wanted to create your own business, so you started your own news publication, which was a nonpartisan news publication that covered topics of all kinds, and you worked as the editor and also occasionally a writer, and eventually your reputation grew enough to where you could write your own books. And then you started writing books about all topics as well, and in the books you could be more opinionated about the things that you wrote about. So really, I mean, it's not as cool as inventing the first time machine, but it's still pretty cool. That sounds pretty good. So what do I do daily in my career? Well, as an editor, I have to look through all the articles that are going into my newspaper and make sure they're suitable for publishing, and if they're not, then I have to go through and make corrections. And as an author, I have to study the subject that I want to write about, then I make an outline, then a manuscript, and then the finished work. And these two professions use my strengths, such as learner, restorative, and input. So can I see one of the works that I've authored? How I used time travel to complete my final story project. It's surprisingly relevant in this situation. So once again, thanks for doing this interview with me. That's about all. Yeah, of course, anytime.